All right, continuing coverage here at the Pittsburgh Pro. I'm here with none other than Big Country himself, Dallas McCarver. What's up, Big D?
Man, just enjoying the show, having a little fun out there.
You were having some fun with your buddy Sergio out there. He challenged you to some splits, but you delivered.
Yeah, man. I got the toe touch on him. I got the height, got the the form, the technique down. But Joker's got some mean splits. So
I just gave you an 8.5 on that, so it was pretty good.
I'll take an 8.5 for 310, that high in there.
That ain't bad.
I'm just lucky to land safely.
You had some company out there. Obviously, all the top Olympians out there, including Big Rami. Listen, you're big, 325 pounds. I'm guessing you were probably less before lunch, but you had Big Rami next to you at 340, man. So you guys are taking up some space out there.
Yeah, man, that poor stage took a pounding. So, but yeah, it's great. Rami's huge, Rolly's huge. I mean, hell, everybody's big. Everybody's big. No, wasn't no small guys out there. But
well, you weren't giving up an inch out there. But let's talk about this. Now, you had an interesting year. I think that's being fair. So, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of in-betweens.
Crazy.
What did you learn out of the entire experience so far this year?
Everything happens for a reason.
Yes. Good way to put it. Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's like we talked about the other night is, people are going to nitpick and they're going to say what they want to say. And at the end of the day, man, is I know my goals and I know what I can do. And, I think that I have to keep myself grounded. And, you can't ever get too high. You can't ever get too low. They love you when you're up. They hate you when you're down. And when you're in the middle, they forget you. So, it is what it is.
Well, listen, there's a lot of learning curve. I think people tend to forget your age because you're such a big guy. They think they tend to look at you and think, you're a veteran, in his 30s. I mean, you're still in your 20s. You got, a lot of learning to go. I know it had to be exciting to be up there, though, with Phil Heath and company and Dexter and all the crew out there.
Absolutely. It's an honor. True honor.
It's the big question in everybody's mind. You're not qualified for the Olympia yet. I know you got some points on the board. Doesn't seem to be your style, though. Are we going to see you on the stage this year to qualify for the 2017 Olympia?
Well, I'm not doing it on points. And as I would think everybody knows, we had a little mishap in Australia. Got sick, had to fight off a little pneumonia. Then I took about 4 weeks out of the gym. Just been back in the gym about 2 or 3 weeks, really getting after it, trying to get back on my feet. As of now, I think it would be really difficult to hit a qualifying show and then get into the Olympia. Also, with that being said, you want to move forward in the placings every year. So if I show up and I don't really do much better than last year, I'm not going to be happy with myself. And then also I want to do the Arnold next year as well, so I'm going to be right back into the prep for the Arnold. So at some point, you're going to have to take time and make some improvements. So I'm really leaning towards the answer being no, I unfortunately won't be at the Olympia this year.
Well, I'm guessing there's got to be some internal struggle there because you did so well last year on the Olympia, and a lot of people had you 2 or 3 spots higher last year. I mean, and that's pretty universal. I mean, you got lots of praise last year for your Olympia appearance. You've made great improvements, so there has to be a little bit of struggle there with, all right, do I do it or do I not? But we're in May. So if you're going to do it, I mean, you literally have to pull the trigger now.
Absolutely. If I'm going to do it, I got to do it. And, honestly, I just don't think I've had the downtime that I need. And like I said, then I'd be right back into prep for the Arnold next year. And let's face it, my goal is to one day win the Olympia, and my immediate goal or my short-term goal is to get in that top 5, and then we'd be done with all this qualifying junk, you know what I'm saying? So
you're part of the new crew, part of the new guns that are coming up, and there's a whole group of you that's pretty damn good. Yourself, Nathan Diasha, Jocelyn Ardowitz from Australia, Sergio, who you were just on stage with. I want to ask you about him in a second. Justin, I mean, like I say, there's a lot of you guys that are coming up now, which looks like the next generation. But how was it with Sergio on stage? He's making his debut in 2 weeks.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to see him in New York. Unfortunately, I won't be there, but I really wish I could. I love Sergio. I love what he brings to the table. He's got a lot of his father's posing in him, and a lot of his father's physique in general.
Just the face. I mean, it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, you knew him better than me. So anyways, yeah, it's impressive. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's always an honor. And like you said, we're the new crew. So, I'm not saying it's this year. I'm not saying it's next year. But there'll be a point in time where these guys, that have been in that top 5 for the last 20 years, Dexter.
He might still be there.
He might be there until they have to will him out.
That's the big question now is, will Dexter still be there after Phil wins 10 and retires? Dexter's still on there competing at 58 years old.
One more. Yeah. But no, I mean, honestly, it's just an honor to compete with him and all these guys. So it's exciting to know that our time is coming, but it's very motivating to see what we have to work towards still, so.
Well, Dallas, we're going to turn you from potential Olympia contender, since you're probably not going to be on the Olympia stage this year, to analyst.
Oh, God.
All right, so this is your shining moment here to put yourself in my shoes. All right, Phil Heath going for number 7 to tie Arnold's record, obviously chasing history. Dexter Jackson, the only other Olympian on stage, obviously, is a former Mr. Olympia back in '08, and obviously you got the rest of the crew from Big Ramy right down, Sean Roden, all the crew. Your views on Phil going for number 7? Can anybody stop him?
It's in the bag. It's in the bag.
That confident?
I don't have a lot to bet, but I'd bet it.
Hey,
you know, I mean, no, I mean, honestly, I think Phil's only enemy is himself. You know, from everything I've seen, and I think you'd agree, if Phil keeps doing Phil, he's going to keep winning like he's winning. Now, don't get me wrong, Dexter's going to be hot on his heels. You know, Dexter seems to get better every year. You know, Ramy's coming up, Rolly's big as hell. All these guys, you know, in a couple years I'll be there knocking on the door, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of stiff competition. But I mean, I think Phil will go down as the best Olympian we've ever seen until my run starts.
Now he catches of course, he catches a lot of flack, and obviously when you're the champ, I mean, you've got a little bit of taste of this. I mean, can you put yourself in Phil Heath's shoes as a 6-time champ with some of the stuff that he has to deal with out there? And what kind of pressure's got to be on you when you've got 6 and you're going for 7 to tie Arnold?
Man, knowing Phil, I don't think he really probably bothers him too much what anybody says. Yeah. But and I think that's why they don't why they love to hate him even more, you know. But the thing is, man, is like I said, if you really want to make somebody mad, do something they can never do. And if you really want to make them mad, do it at a young age. And that's what I've learned, you know. And Phil's done both. You know, he was a young champ. He came up quick. You know, people envy it, and they're going to be hateful and bitter. But like it or not, he's the champ.
He is the champ. Will he be the 7-time champ? You say it's in the bag. Take it to the bank, Dallas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd bet on it, yeah.
All right. You heard it here from Big Country himself. We'll see what happens at the 2017 Olympia.